Hi, boys and girls. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing good. We are going to be continuing with math with lesson 49. You will need out your red math book and a sharpened pencil with an eraser. In your red math book, you will need to find page 65. Please find page 65 in your red math book. And I have the page up here on my screen, so you'll see what it looks like. So I will be following along on my screen as you are working in your workbook. Okay, once you've located page 65, I would like for you to find the shoe on the top of your page. Next to the shoe are two problems. I'm going to read the problems first, and then you're going to read the problems and we're going to work them, okay? So first problem says 8 plus 4 equals. Next problem says 15 plus 2 equals. Your turn. Read the problems. 8 plus 4 equals, and read the problem. 15 plus 2 equals. Okay, we are going to work these two problems that plus. And when you work problems that plus, you make lines for one of the numbers. Touch the number that you're going to make lines for. Are you touching the 4? Because it says 8 plus 4. So we are going to plus 4. That means we are going to make lines for the number 4. How many lines will you make for the 4? 4 lines. Go ahead and make 4 lines under the number 4. And then you're going to get the other number going and count the lines. What number will you get going? Touch the number you'll get going. Are you touching the 8? Good. Touch the 8 and let's count the lines. Ready? Go. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What does 8 plus 4 equal? 12. So you'll write the number 12 as your answer. A 12 is a 1 and a 2. Okay, let's go on to the next problem. Once again, we are plussing a number. So I need you to touch the number that you are going to make lines for. Are you touching the 2? If so, good job. The 2 is the number that you're plussing. It says plus 2. So you are going to make lines under the 2. How many lines are you going to make? 2 lines. Make your lines. 1, 2. Okay. Now touch the number that you're going to get going. What number will you get going? The 15. Good job. Get 15 going and then count the lines. Ready? Go. 15, 16, 17. 15 plus 2 equals 17, right? Write 17 as your answer. 17 is a 1 and a 7. Write it down. Okay, boys and girls, touch the dog in the next row. These two problems are problems that take away. First, you have to figure out what number you start with. How do you figure out the number you start with? You count the lines under the box. So count the lines to yourself and write the number in the box. Did you write 6 in the box? If so, good job. So 6 is the number we're starting with. And read how many we're going to take away. Take away 1. So how many lines are you going to cross out? You're going to cross out 1. Go ahead, start here. cross out one line, and then tell me the number that you end up with. Did you count 5 lines to end up with? Yes, 5 is the correct answer. So after the equals, write a 5. And then let's read your whole problem and answer. Ready? You should have 6 take away 1 equals 5. Next problem. Once again, we need to count the lines and write the number we start with in the box. Go ahead and do that. And did everyone write the number 9 in the box? Everyone make sure you have the number 9 in the box, and then read how many we're going to take away. It says take away 5. So how many lines are you going to cross out? Yeah, 5. Start here and cross out 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. After you cross out the 5 lines, write down the number you end up with. Did everyone write 4 as the number you end up with? Good job. Let's read the problem and answer. Ready? It should say 9 take away 5 equals 4. Good job with that, boys and girls. Okay, next row. Everyone touch the chair on your worksheet. I'm going to read you a word problem, and you're going to write down the symbols to represent the word problem. Listen to my story. My story says, Mary wrote 6 letters. Then she wrote 3 more letters. Listen again and write the symbols. Mary wrote 6 letters. What symbol are you going to write? 6. Then she wrote 3 more letters. What's the other number we're going to write? 3. And then what symbol comes in between those 2 numbers? If she wrote more letters, you should have said plus, because plus means more. So what you should have written down is 6 plus 3 equals. Okay. Which number would you make lines for in this problem? Touch the number that you'll make lines for. Are you touching the 3? Yes, we're going to plus 3. Make 3 lines under the 3. Now touch the number you'll get going. What number will you get going? 6. Get 6 going and count the lines. 6, 7, 8, 9. Did you get 9? So your whole problem says 6 plus 3 equals 9. Next problem, listen to the story. Jim had 5 pencils at his desk. He also had 2 pencils in his notebook. How many pencils did Jim have altogether? Listen again and write the symbols. Jim had 5 pencils in his desk. What symbol are you going to write first? Yes, 5. Listen to the next part. He also had 2 pencils in his notebook. What is the rest of the problem? Did you say plus 2? That's right. Your problem should say 5 plus 2 equals. Touch the number you'll make lines for. What number are you touching? Are you touching the 2? Good. Make 2 lines under the 2. Now touch the number you'll get going. What number? 5. Get 5 going and count the lines. 5, 6, 7. What is the answer you're going to write after your equals? 7. Your whole problem says 5 plus 2 equals 7. Good work with that, boys and girls. Next, we have some problems here that we're going to trace. What is the first number you're going to trace? 10. What is the next number here that you're going to trace? 3, and then 17. Next row, what number? 5, and then 8. Next row, 6, and then 2. Next row, take away, and then plus. So when it's time to do your independent work in a moment, boys and girls, you will go ahead and trace the numbers. But right now, let me show you the rest of your independent work that you're going to do today. Let me just go over this with you really quick. And touch the star on your worksheet. Next to the star are equals with some lines on one side. Some of the lines for the problem are taken away. You'll count the lines you end up with and write it next to the equals. So for this first one, how many lines do you end up with? Did you say 1? That's right. You write 1 next to the equals. You do the same thing here. Count the lines you end up with. Count the lines you end up with. Count the lines you end up with. If they're all crossed off, what does that mean? Does that mean 0? Yeah, I think it does. Count the lines you end up with. Count the lines you end up with. Then, for the elephant part, when you touch the elephant, each problem in the row should have a number with lines under it. So if the lines are listed, you count them and write the number. If the numbers are listed, you will write the lines to go with it. Okay? What are you going to write here? You count the lines and you write the number. Good. Go down to the next row. Next to the phone here. For this one, you are going to cross out the equals if the two sides are not the same. So if you count how many lines are here, how many lines are here? How many lines? 4. And is this 4? No. So you are going to cross out the equals. Okay? Then you do the same thing here. You count how many lines and see if it's the same as the number. If it's the same, you don't do anything. If it's not the same, you cross out the equals. Okay? And then what you're going to do on the fish part down here, it gives you the number and you are going to make lines for the number. So if it gives you a 1, how many lines are you going to make? 1. Good. If it makes 2, if the number's 2, how many lines will you make? Great. Okay, boys and girls, your task for right now is to trace the numbers on page 65 and then finish the rest of the independent work here on page 66. If you can, have one of your family members take a picture of your finished assignment and email it to me, because then I can see how you did and I'll write a little message on there for you and send it back. Okay? Have a good day. Bye.